Hello, and welcome to another episode of...
Are you not entertained?
I think that'll about do it. I'm Matt, co-founder of Media Bounty, and this is...
I'm John Zahir Flaherty of Number One Song.
John, tell us a bit more about what you do with Number One Song, what you're up to.
Yeah, basically I like to help small to medium-sized businesses really develop their brand fundamentals and really help them understand how they can get to grips with what's important at every stage of their business's life from a marketing perspective, and try to put in place some really good strategic discipline. And so I work with brands at all different stages of their life. I do larger big brand corporate work as well, but that tends to be more about sort of tinkering under the bonnet more so than it is about fundamentals and establishing brands.
I guess the bigger guys, you can't have as much fun because they're kind of a bigger juggernaut to turn around and stuff.
Exactly.
John, tell us a little bit about what you do outside work, just a quick thing that we might not know about you.
Well, at the minute I'm trying to get healthy, so although I've been saying that for about a year now, so I have lost some weight, which is great, feeling a lot trimmer and healthy, which is wonderful.
Any sugar in that coffee then?
No sugar in the coffee, no sugar.
I've actually got zero sugar as well, I just want to show off about that. So we're here at the Olympic Park today, and that's mainly because we've just had the Olympics. We're in a bit of a golden Olympic glow. Team GB doing really well. So we're back where we had Golden Saturday. Was it called Golden Saturday?
I think it was
4 years ago.
Super Saturday.
Super Saturday. Thanks.
Super Saturday.
It was Golden Sunday in Rio. Super Saturday, where fellow Sheffielder Jessica Ennis, she was Jessica Ennis back then, Jessica Ennis Hill, tore around the 800 metre circuit to get the gold.
Rutherford won as well.
Who did?
Farah. Rutherford won the long jump.
Who's Farah?
Mo Farah won the never heard of him.
No idea. So we're here and kind of want to discuss a few things about the usual what entertains John, why. I want to ask about your favourite Olympic moment, seeing as though we're here in a post-Olympic glow. So.
Well, I used to run the 400 metres in high school and secondary school.
Isn't it the most exhausting of events?
It is,
because you're like sprinting for ages.
Gut-busting. It's
Why
lung
would you
busting.
pick 400 metres?
I don't know why. I did it one weekend. I used to be a member of a church lads brigade, and we had like a regimental sports day. And you know when they go through the checklist, like, right, who's running the 200? You can do that. And no one wanted to do it, and I was like, I'll do it, and I won it. And so then the sports day at school came up. And I was like, well, I'll run the 400, and I won that as well.
I run the 400?
Yeah, and so basically over the, I think sort of from third year through to graduating, I ran the 400 metres every year. So at that time, I think people like Roger Black were sort of the British athletes running that race. You obviously had Chris Akibusi in the 400 metre hurdles.
Awooga?
But then, yeah, I think so, yeah.
He used to do that, he's got Awooga!
Yeah, Sally Gunnell as well was running the 400 metre hurdles. And then, of course, you've got someone like Michael Johnson came along. And I just loved him because like he had this really weird upright style. But
ran like that.
Exactly. He ran like nobody else did, and yet he wiped the floor with them every single time. And of course, he held the world record for like 15 years. And I think no one ever honestly thought anyone would ever get close. It was a bit like the long jump record, which stood for so many years. And so then this South African kid, I think, is it Wade van Niekerk? I think he's called.
Wade van Niekerk. Yes.
He just smashed it, by 0.15 of a second. And I think that for anyone who breaks a record that stood for so long, I think Michael Johnson probably thought he was going to last and last and last. But I think I didn't even know that guy's name before the Olympics.
No, me neither.
And all of a sudden he's the world record holder.
It must be like
That's
rinsing
amazing.
lactic acid out of his carbs at the end, wasn't it?
I don't know how they do it, but I mean, the performance was amazing. So yeah, I love that.
Cool. My favourite was an event that you never. It's one of those events that you never ever watch unless it's the Olympics. It was a pole vault. Switched it on. It was the final, and there was a French guy who was looking really moody, and it was like watching a film because there was the bad guy, which was the French guy, and then there was the Brazilian hero, which is this good-looking lad called Thiago Braz da Silva, which is basically the most Brazilian name I've ever heard. And they were fighting it off, and of course Braz da Silva's got the whole crowd around him, and he put the bar up, and he came away with gold, and I actually got a little bit emotional for him winning because the adulation and him just kind of so that was my pole vault favourite moment in the Olympics. So let's move on to some of the videos that I sent to John a couple of days back for him to have a look at. Just sent him 3. First one was what I tried to do is just pick the most recent ones that Nike, Reebok and Adidas, or Adidas as I used to say growing up north, Oh, Nike, should I say Nike? So Nike, it was a limited potential. And so that should hopefully, Anne-Marie, you'll do your cool thing where that's playing down here at the bottom. With that, it was just showing off their athletes. There was a bit of a message of, you've kind of only got one body, so I'm doing, because like an overlay of some of the athletes saying they've got one body. But it basically, and it ended with the darling of the US gymnastics, Simone Biles, just kind of giving a wink to the camera. So John, the Nike film, top line, few words, emotions, feelings.
I mean, obviously it's enthralling, but it's very classic Nike. In that, you know, it's like a big bold statement about everything you already know about Nike, but I love it because they always do such a tremendous job on production. I mean, it has such fantastic qualities of production.
Enviable budgets.
Pardon?
Enviable budgets.
Exactly, but they produce this beautiful work. The soundtrack's great. The camera work and the shots are brilliant. I mean, you see athletes at their very, very best, and I just love the cheekiness. You get this little Simone Biles sort of like looking at the camera at the end. It's just so nonchalant. They just ooze class, don't they? So yeah, it's a classic piece of Nike film.
Yeah, I guess for me, Nike are that bloke at school who was kind of good at everything, but was also a top bloke. Like really annoyingly good. Him. Yeah, really annoying.
Yeah.
Second one was Reebok Be More Human.
Yeah.
And that was, just to quickly summarise, it's a different kind of pace of music. It's not dancing kind of in your face dubstep. It shows real people running around encountering. I think there's one encounter with the bear, but the main crutch with this one is that I think they say the average human has 26,000 hours.
About that, yeah, 26,000 days.
Is it days?
Yeah,
because that would be quite rough.
Yeah, days will be.
26,000 days, wow. And so it plays on those numbers, and it's basically saying, right, we're all mortal, we're all going to die one day, so what are you going to do with the body that you've got while you're alive? Reebok, Be More Human, a few thoughts, feelings, words.
Yeah, well, this was the one to me which kind of like aimed at me, which I think is really nice. There's something really endearing about a brand that sort of just wants to talk about your potential and not an elite athlete's potential.
You mean you're not an elite athlete?
No, not anymore. So there's something really nice and endearing about that. I love the fact that the idea, the narrative in the film is brilliant. It's a person going backwards through their life and showing their different sort of levels of physical activity and fitness and everything. And it just offers you this simple sort of premise, which is you've got a certain number of days left on this planet. What are you going to do with them? And clearly the emphasis is on, well, if you're a bit fitter and a bit healthier, you could enjoy those days more. And it also offers you this kind of little bit of bait, which is intrinsically, wouldn't your life be better if you push yourself that bit further and just challenged and tested yourself every now and then to see what this body can do? And I know it connects with the whole broader campaign, which is really interesting about a more holistic take on you as a human being and what you're capable of. So yeah, I loved it because it was about me and it was endearing.
Cool. And I've just done a quick calculation in my head now, and I think I've probably got about 12,500 days left.
You're halfway through almost, aren't you?
Yeah. Okay. Final one is Adidas Speed Takes, and again this one it goes back to using the Jessica Ennis Hills in there, and I can't name them all, but she'll always stand out. It's using the athletes. It's using very quick editing at the beginning, which builds up almost like a dance track, and then kind of drops. The edits and the music drop at the same time, and it's all about kind of high octane. It's that sort of music. For me, it got my foot tapping because it was the kind of dubstep. I'm not a DJ, I'm not an expert, but it was kind of like high octane dubstep. You tell me what it is, but I thought it was like it's like the Nike one, just with the dial turned up a little bit.
This one I found really, I wasn't particularly interested in this. I think because it was Adidas trying to do what Nike do, but like you just said, Matt, Nike have got that sort of wonderful quality of being not only the guy at school that's brilliant at everything, but you can actually genuinely get on with him, whereas Adidas kind of seems to try a bit too hard. It's the kid that is pretty good, but they want to keep sort of getting you to acknowledge that they're that good. And the production quality is just not as good. You know, they don't do the music as well, they don't do the shots as well. They were trying really hard to make it fun, so you had little almost outtakes of Jessica Ennis Hill laughing and things like that.
Laughing and smiling, yeah.
But it was kind of mashed together, and I think that for me also, the fact they tried to take this kind of benefit of speed, it felt very crowbarred. I didn't make an instant connection between what I was seeing and this message, and they just tried to pour everything in. I can imagine the meeting now with the manager responsible for it in Adidas going, have we said this, have we said that, have we said this, have we said that, and they just fly through all these words at the end. It's just too much. It needed to be simpler and just much more sort of engaging, and I don't think they did a particularly good job.
So yeah, so Anne-Marie, so we didn't get a few messages in, so do you think we could just put it in text, you know, over the top of the film at the end? I don't know if that sounds familiar at all, I don't know, but it's an interesting insight thinking about that, where it's kind of they've overthought it and gone,
yes.
Oh, have you said this about speed? Oh no. Yeah, so my missus just called as we were filming, that's lovely, thanks. Hey love, yeah, I'm great. Shit. Okay, cool. So let's move on to the final bit. So it's a bit of fun. It's freeze face. John's going to give us his freeze face in a second. If you want to send yours, #freeze face. Put us in there at Media Bounty. Or if you want to, it's the same for Instagram at Media Bounty. John, what's your freeze face on the Reebok film we've just seen?
Reebok film?
Yeah. Yeah. He looks pretty happy. All right, brilliant. I'll give you mine. The Reebok film. Kind of, yeah. There's a little bit extra in
A
it.
bit scared, weren't you?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Is that how long I've got left?
I daren't press the next thing. I'm going to go and do it, but I daren't press it because it said work out how many days
Yes.
you've got left. I actually just went.
No, I did the same. I
Uh,
refused to click it.
Okay, and then finally, this film that you've picked, the Reebok, out of these three. Is it in Bootown or is it in Boomtown?
It's in Boomtown.
Ace. Whereabouts in Boomtown is it living? Is it out in the suburbs in a semi-detached house, in the shed, or underneath a trampoline and overgrown garden, or is it in the centre of town in the Champagne Bar?
It's in near the centre of the town. It's in the park.
Alright, so
And
Central Park.
it's central in the park, and it's right in the place where people are running about, jumping, kids are playing, people are moving and you know, using their bodies. That's where it is.
Alright, that's good. I like that. I like that connection. I like what you did there. Alright, so if you want to let us know if it's Bootown or Boomtown, if you disagree with John, I can't imagine anyone would, that's impossible, but if they do, then just put #Boomtown and where it lives, and if you agree, then whereabouts is it? A central in Boomtown, as John said? Let us know. Same again on Twitter at Media Bounty, or Instagram at Media Bounty. Cool. Alright, thanks John. Great to
You're
chat to you.
welcome. Cheers, man.
That was wicked, and see you all guys later.